Hey, so how are you doing tonight, Lecrae?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. So this is Russellin with Intercession for a Generation and WCSU iHeartRadio, and I'm here with Mr. Lecrae. Lecrae, I want to ask you, when you first started out, I remember when you first came out, you had, I'd rather die like Christ and live unholy, which was so hot. Did you ever think that you would come so far where you are now with the mainstream?
Never. And none of it was, it wasn't like this goal or this like, oh, if we can only get here. A lot of it has just been a natural progression of just growing as a person, growing in my faith, and then just expressing where I'm at. And so, it blows my mind every time I see people rocking with me. I see people like growing with me and understanding the different perspectives and the messages. It's mind blowing.
Okay, great. Now I want to talk about the pressures. I'm sure the pressures are different from when you first started. What has changed as far as the different pressures that you have to deal with since you've gone more mainstream?
I think if anything, is people watch you a little closely. There's a little more scrutiny on you, and so I was just say this for any artist who puts their faith out there for the public to, a public declaration that hey, I'm a Christian. People are gonna watch you, and they're gonna, you're gonna be the only Bible some of them are gonna ever read, and you're gonna be, unfortunately, the standard. And I'm not a perfect person, but at the end of the day, I do strive to know the Lord, to walk according to His word and His way, and so people are watching, and you never know who's watching, so you gotta, that's where the pressure comes in, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure God took you through a maturity process in order for you to handle this type of situation. What are some of the things that God took you through in order to prepare you for where you are?
A lot of it, I would say, is just really community and going through the tunnels of darkness with people that are close to you, and not running from conflict but wrestling through it and keeping people around you, not being on the island. I think a lot of times artists and entertainers and leaders and pastors, they live on an island where they're untouchable, unreachable, and no one really knows what's going on with them. But God really matured me by allowing me to kind of go through this with community and with people. So I'm never just by myself, and I'm never wrestling with something alone.
That's also how you stay humble.
It's true.
That's
We'll
what's up.
check you.
That's what's up. Okay, so we know that you're going to be acting in a movie. How did that come about, and what is this movie going to be about?
Yeah, the movie's called Believe Me, and it's a great film. It is a mainstream film, but a group of Christian producers and directors put it together. So though there's actors that you will see on regular television in it, and it's not billed as a Christian film, there were Christians behind it. So they wanted some of their thoughts and some of their influence to be involved in the film. And so I thought that was a blessing. And really, they just reached out to me just because they appreciated my music and thought, hey, we got a role that may be great for you. If you want to, take advantage of it, so be it. And I jumped at the opportunity.
Okay, I'm so excited about all of these open doors for Christians, all of these Christian movies that are coming out. It just seems like so many open doors for the gospel to be preached. I mean, how does that make you feel as an artist who's submitted to the Lord?
That's great. I think we need to be everywhere. You know what I mean? We need to be everywhere where the world is, because we're here to promote the kingdom and push back darkness. And if we leave one particular area over, then we're just saying, hey, Satan, you can have this. We'll stick with church and we'll stick with music, but you can have science, or you can have film or whatever. And so I love the fact that we're just walking in all these worlds and letting our light shine.
Okay, last question. This question is for the ladies, because I write a lot of blogs to encourage single women.
Yeah.
I know you came out with that song Wait,
Yeah.
which really encouraged me, because as single women we go through trying to stand for God. So what would you say to a single woman who's been waiting on the Lord for a long time for her husband, but most of the guys that are coming to her are not godly men, and she feels like, okay, I got to lower my standard just to be in a relationship, or is God really going to bless me with someone?
Yeah, so what I always tell young ladies is you never see a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari in commercials. You don't advertise those type of cars, because the people who want them know where to find them. And so you don't have to advertise and lower your standards. And there's plenty of and no knock on Corollas or nothing like that. If you drive a Corolla, ride it, but you advertise those. It's a cheaper model, and everyone knows where to get it. And I think if you don't see yourself as made in the image of God, as His workmanship, as someone who should be cherished, then you're going to advertise like a cheaper model instead of being a Rolls Royce and the Ferrari that God has created you to be, and continue to hold your head up high and walk in a community of great believers, so that there's at least some prospects who are like, see, that woman loved the Lord, and that's the type of chick you need to, you know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
yeah.
Well, praise God. Thank you so much. I feel so encouraged just talking to you. So I want to thank you for your time.
Of course.